Ubisoft has been doing everything wrong lately with flop after flop after flop of a game, and especially right now with Assassin's Creed Shadows, their only last hope of the year to make something good that can generate a lot of profits. But unfortunately, it is receiving terrible backlash over inaccuracies with Japanese culture and them propping Yasuke as some sort of historical samurai when that does not appear to be the case in actual Japanese history. So let's go ahead and dive into this video, because now Ubisoft, they're getting trashed again. Yeah, because this new collector's collectible featuring Yasuke and Naoi alongside what appears to be a destroyed Torii Gate. So let's go ahead and see what trash fire they've gotten themselves into now. So this comes to us from that Park Place. Ubisoft finds itself in hot water again over Assassin's Creed Shadows, and specifically a collector's collectible that features Yasuke and Naoi on what appears to be a one-legged Torii Gate. Okay, so this is both of their main characters. You've got your Japanese shinobi woman here, and then you have Yasuke, the black samurai. All right, so the figure, which is available to purchase on Big Bad Toy Store, is created by Pure Arts. The official description for the toy states legendary samurai Yasuke and stealthy shinobi Naoi, dual protagonists of Assassin's Creed Shadows, ready to fulfill their destinies and usher in a new era for Japan. Collectors captures iconic Assassin's Creed scenes with a cute new 6-inch format, the perfect size to fit any collection. The collectible caught the attention of ex-user R230614_Shin, who blasted Ubisoft for greenlighting it, as he speculates that Naoi is perched on a one-legged Torii Gate. As translated by Google, the user wrote, "Please spread the word on Assassin's Creed Shadows figures from Ubisoft, a famous Japanese hate and criminal company." See, this is a thing. All of these activists, all of these simps for Ubisoft right now are all pretending like it's just white people who are mad about this game, but they are really making the Japanese gamers not happy. All right, Japanese hate and criminal company, they said. A figurine of a destroyed Torii Gate has been released, which is believed to be based on the one-leg Torii Gate that was destroyed in the Nagasaki atomic bombing. He added, "I have never seen a one-legged Torii other than the one destroyed by the American atomic bomb in Nagasaki." Oh, okay. Oh, man, they talk about, oh, we have a historian. We have consulted with historians on this. That is not the case. Here's the thing with Assassin's Creed and why there's a lot of issue with this is because there's always, I don't know, I swear people are NPCs and they spout the same talking points. They've had the same microchip implanted in their brain. What about The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise? Huh? What about that? The Last Samurai is an entirely fictional story that doesn't try to prop itself as being, oh, this is based on actual historical events. Assassin's Creed games, while they're having their own lore and all of their stuff, they have prided themselves in being rooted in historical accuracy in terms of the world building, the culture of the time, so on and so forth. So that's where there is a big disconnect, because they're using an actual real person as their main character, Yasuke here, and they're taking him out of context, pretending like he was some historic legendary samurai, and then they're also making him gay. So it's like there's just a lot wrong with this. Their historian that they hired is a queer studies gay shipper. That's what she is. Obviously not really that educated on Japanese culture as a whole. So, with Shin bringing attention to the figure, many others roasted Ubisoft for it. YouTuber Razorfist wrote on X, Ubisoft including an artifact from a nuclear detonation, a one-sided arch, in what promises to be the biggest bomb of the year. God is a stand-up comedian. This is just hilarious how this is playing out. They cannot catch a break with this stuff. So we have Haru here who wrote, Ubisoft just keeps digging themselves deeper in the crapper. Yep, sharing all of that. YouTuber Vera Dark posted, Ubisoft has spent $500 million on game budgets before. So they either hired dollar store historians or are intentionally disrespecting Japan. There's no shot this many mistakes have been made. That's the thing is, I think, I don't believe they're intentionally disrespecting Japan. I think they're retarded. I think that they are all so caught up on the devs that they've hired, the historians they've hired, and so on and so forth. They're all caught up in gender ideology, all this queer studies, all this LGBT XYZ crap, and so they don't understand stuff. Now, would I have known this? No, but I don't claim to be a Japanese historian, and I'm not creating something based on Japanese history. So there's a difference there. And in this case, you have a bunch of people hired on your project who it's their job to study Japanese history. It's their job, and a lot of them already pretending like they are so versed in this. So this is a terrible oversight. Kitsune Chia wrote, Ubisoft used an atomic bomb relic for its marketing campaign. This is what die money buys a company. Yeah. Arranged as die, because this is what happens when you do that. So, I mean, this is the thing. We've got Savvy here. We got a lot of good feedback from different people here, gamers and all that kind of stuff. See, she says the consultants they hired were too busy focusing on transgeneration relationships and basing things off a historical vandal. Exactly. She's right there. And that's the thing too. I also saw this study apparently. Now, some people are going to, let me find it. It was from, there it is. A recent study shows that people who identify as LGBTQ have a lower IQ than average. Independent studies have shown that the IQ of an LGBTQ individual is significantly lower than the average, with 92 IQ points. It is well below the European average, so not even breaking 100 or 99 in that case, with the average. Now, some people are going to look at this and be like, oh, why are you hating on minorities, this, that, and the other? Well, here's the thing, and this is my stance on this. People are not inherently LGBTQ. They choose to be that way. God has a design. God made people with a specific design. So there is that is the default, that is the blueprint. Anything else is venturing into sin. Now, but what about intersex people? What about people born with the abnormalities? Those are a result of sin entering the world and imperfections happening, and that is not an LGBTQ thing. That is a disfigurement or something. That is something that's not normal and not a healthy, good thing, but some people can make the best of it. And even so, they still have their biological inherent sex characteristics that are the default, but the body just didn't develop properly. Okay. So anyway, my take on this whole, okay, LGBTQ people and activists in this case, do have lower than average IQ. Well, a lot of people who identify as LGBTQ, first of all, this is a social contagion. Second of all, schools are brainwashing children. Public school is indoctrinating and brainwashing children. So especially with all of these ideologies. Thirdly, look at what is going, a lot of people who are involved in these communities and stuff, they're all follow the science and the nutritional guidelines that are making people dumb, eating grain brain, if you will. Not that you can't ever have grain, but just saying the food pyramid being upside down, that is messing with people's brains. Also, let's go there actually. Let's talk about how many people are medicated, how many people are on antidepressants, SSRIs, etc. I do get a lot of pushback when I speak out on this. Ideally, people wouldn't be on these things. I'm not saying I'm a doctor and that nobody in the whole world should be on these things, but ideally you can fix your mental health with your nutrition and getting up and moving around and fixing your social situation before you take medications. It's not normal to have to take medications to regulate your emotions. It's not, it's like slapping a Band-Aid on things. But I also do believe that the government has all these people, and that's why the Big Pharma, all this stuff has all these people medicated because they're easier to control. It makes people dumber. It makes people easier to control. And the amount of people who are on antidepressants, especially women, is astronomical. Also, hormonal birth control, also not good. So you have a lot of these factors. And I would say that a lot of people who are identifying under this LGBTQ umbrella are medicated. Are these sober-minded people? Are these people with healthy lives? For the most part, no. I mean, a lot of them are fat as well. Again, I don't hate fat people, but it's not healthy. Whenever you live a hedonistic life and you act entirely on animal instinct, where it's like, oh, I like that food, must keep eating, yum, yes, this makes me happy, I'm gonna keep doing it. Or, oh, I like to be touched. Let me go ahead and be touched by everybody and go on this, so on and so forth. When you have people acting like animals and living on their animal instincts in a hedonistic life, it is not smart. It's not intelligent. It's dumb. It takes a lot of emotional intelligence and spiritual intelligence, a lot that we learn from the Bible, to have control, have self-control over ourselves, to not be gluttonous and let ourselves get obese, to not be promiscuous, to not be looking at pornography and rotting our brains, right? And to build relationships with actual people, to find a wife if you're a man, or find a husband if you are a woman, so on and so forth, or to live celibate in the meantime, things like that, because this hedonistic lifestyle makes people dumb. Not only that, but again, a lot of people who do identify as this do have mental problems. They do suffer from mental and social problems, and they are groomed into this because this gives them a community where they feel like they belong. And Satan has fooled people into thinking that this is a loving thing, love is love, and so on and so forth, but it's evil, it's perversion, and it is not good for you. People can call me hateful all they want. Oh, you hate gay people, they say. I don't hate anybody. I just don't want to validate people on their path to hell and on a path that is rotting their brains and ruining their lives. They might not think that. They might think that this is great. But it is corrupting the mind, heart, soul, all of it. This is perversion. And it's not hateful to want people to get out of it because they're hurting themselves and they're hurting society. Oh, why do you care if they're not hurting anybody? People who are living in sinful lifestyles are hurting people. They're hurting themselves, they're hurting people they're interacting with in that, and they are hurting society because society will fail when this stuff is accepted. So yes, Ubisoft, I went on a big tangent there, but Ubisoft has been embracing all of this degeneracy, all of this corruption, all of this perversion, and yeah. Now you got a bunch of people working for you who just lack the skill and understanding of something basic like this when they claim to be Japanese historians. So anyway, there you have it for this video. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And if you'd like me to read the Bible to you, you can check out my Bible channel, Bible Time with Melanie Mack. Thank you all again. I'll catch you next time. And in the meantime, go boom.